All right. Sorry, we're just having a quick bite before we dive in. Excuse me. Are you back, Mr. Salt?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
All right. We'll go ahead and get started. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. We are here. Today is February 28, 2025. It is 12:25 right now on the record from 12:20 to 12:40. We're here to discuss AM 217-2025, Executive Appointment Confirmation Hearing, David Persinger, General Manager, AWU. We'll start with introductions.
Cameron Perez-Verdia.
Mark Littlefield.
Zach Johnson.
Scott Myers.
Anna Brawley.
Christopher Constant.
Felix Rivera.
Also from the administration.
Mark Spafford, Deputy Municipal Manager.
David Persinger. All right, thank you. So tradition is to start with the briefing from the administration and hand it off to the confirmee. Mr. Persinger, so go ahead, Mr. Spafford.
Again, the mayor wishes that she could be here to introduce Mr. David Persinger for the position of Anchorage Water and Wastewater Utility General Manager. It's another pleasure of mine because to introduce Dave because I started my career at the municipality with the Operations and Maintenance Division at the Anchorage Water and Wastewater Utility, and I've known Dave for I guess almost 20 years now, which is crazy to think about. So anyway, without me babbling on, I'll just turn it over to Dave to introduce himself and talk about his strategic goals for the utility.
Thank you. So I'm going to give you kind of a sneak peek of where I would like to see us go with the utility. And a little bit about myself. I'm a registered professional engineer. I'd like to say I'm a recovering engineer because I've been in executive management for quite a while, but I still rely on that education from time to time. A little bit about myself. I'm a lifelong Northerner. I'm not a lifelong Alaskan. I was born and raised in the Yukon Territory. I was actually born in Dawson City, and I moved to Alaska when I was 17, and I've called Anchorage home for about 25 years now. I've been at AWW for almost 2 decades. I actually started out there when I was going to school at UAA, getting my civil engineering degree as an intern, and then I worked in our engineering division for quite a few years, and then I moved over to our treatment division, took over for the operations and maintenance a few years after Spafford moved on to solid waste services, and then for the last year and a half, I've been the assistant general manager at AWW. One of the things that I'm really passionate about in the water and wastewater industry is giving back. And in that area, I've done a lot of professional association work, both locally. I've been on the local Alaska Water Wastewater Management Association board for about a decade and a half. I just recently rolled off, but I've also served on the American Waterworks Association board, as well as several other organizations. And I've been involved with the water policy fly-in in DC for almost a decade now. We go there every generally in April, and it's a combined group of water professionals from all across the nation. We come and meet with our respective congressional delegation to talk about water related issues on Capitol Hill, and we always bring our local issues there as well. In 2021, I was awarded the George Warren Fuller Award, and that was I was very humbled and honored to receive that award. It's the highest award in the Water Association given to an individual, and it was named after George Warren Fuller, who was kind of the godfather of disinfection in the 1800s. He really pioneered water disinfection and providing safe water to people. Over the years, I've developed my leadership skills, and my leadership is built on honesty and integrity. That's kind of the platform where I operate. And I want to give you a sneak peek of our strategic plan. And this is an both employee and customer focused strategic plan. So there's kind of a mix of things for everybody. My vision for AWW is really simple: steady leadership with clear initiatives. I've really embraced Mayor LaFrance's core values and priorities, especially the collaborative, low ego problem solvers that embrace good government and represent our community. I've dedicated my career to public service. I believe strongly in public service, and I believe in collaboration and problem solving. That's kind of the area where I work best in. Going forward, we need to finalize and implement our strategic plan. It's been in the works for a bit, but it's been delayed for various reasons. And one of the things I'm doing with this strategic plan is implementing the effective utility management framework. And this is a national framework that was developed about 2 decades ago by a bunch of water industry professions, and it was blessed off by the EPA. And it essentially gives a framework for water and wastewater utilities to operate within, and it covers all the different aspects of utility operation and allows us to benchmark against our peers in other parts of the nation. So dropping into these are the 4 attributes that we're focusing on for this strategic plan: community sustainability, and that's managing operations, infrastructure, investments to support the community's economic, environmental, and social health. Financial viability, that's proactively managing finances and services are provided at responsible rates. Operational optimization, this speaks a lot to internal processes, enhancing operations through efficiency, creativity, and advanced technology integration. And then goal 4 really speaks to employee and leadership development. To take a little bit deeper dive under community sustainability, we have basically 3 strategy areas. And the top one in there, which is really important to me, is securing pollutant water rights and preserving the future operation of the pollutant water system. Expanding affordability programs, that speaks to the housing initiatives and the other things that we're trying to do to keep water and wastewater services affordable. Operationalized strategic utility plans. We have a lot of plans like our water and wastewater master plans and facility plans for facilities that we've kind of gotten behind on, and we haven't really clearly put resources to getting those updated. So that's where that fits in. Financial viability, developing process for providing timely, accurate financial information for both operating and capital budgets. That's really an internal process to work our budgeting process internally better. Create a more responsive rate setting process that may have some legislative solutions with the commission, but we're exploring other ways to get rate cases through the commission without some of the length and expenses that we currently do. Then streamlining critical process such as budget and procurement. And that's really collaborating with our friends at Office of Management and Budget and our purchasing department. Operational optimization, improve tools and processes and resources for environmental regulatory compliance. We have a bunch of different systems that we use to manage all of our environmental regulatory compliance, and that's consolidating that and kind of getting those systems all into one location. Implementing the effective utility management framework. I talked a little bit about that before, but that's really important for using data. And we have a ton of data. We always talk we're data rich and analysis poor. We want to be able to use that, leverage that data to make decisions. And then as we improving the customer service, I was here at the infrastructure committee, I think about a month ago, talking about our customer information system. It's woefully outdated. That speaks to that, improving the customer experience. That's a new customer information system and platform. And then really the last goal area focuses on employee development. And this is something that's really important, especially for me. I'm kind of midway through my career, but I'm looking at, the next generation of leaders that are coming in, and we need to make sure that we're preparing them for that. And then I'll give you kind of a sneak peek of where we're going with our future. We've had a lot of acronyms. We've had a lot of different versions of our mission, vision, core values, and really we're trying to simplify this. And so our vision going forward is to be a trusted and collaborative community partner. And that's the bedrock. That's what AWW will be as we go forward. And our mission really is simple. It's to protect the public health and welfare of the public and environment by providing responsible water and wastewater services. And then we're still toying with these core values, but we like the AWW acronym. And so we're always going to do the right thing. We're going to work safely. We're going to work together, and we'll always uphold professionalism and integrity. And that's some pictures of my family, my 2 dogs. One of them we lost a couple of years ago, rescue Weimaraners, and then my sons Dylan and Darian, and my wife Stephanie.
Right, Ms. Brawley.
Thank you. First, I want to say thank you for stepping up into this role. I know, especially with the transition of Mr. Corsentino to a different role, you've kind of been acting in this for a while, so I'm really excited to see you here. And I've been really enjoying working with you in your, I guess, current and now new role. So first, I'll say that. And I appreciate the overview of strategic plan and really keeping focused on those operations and thinking about our big policy issues like housing. So my question is more kind of in the lines of security. And I know that's something you guys think a lot about. You mentioned the water supply and that whole agreement. But also we know utilities around the US have seen sometimes threats coming in, like cybersecurity issues, and I know there's more regulations around that. And then also, I know it's not directly, so that'll be my first question is really what generally are you guys doing and where do you see, in terms of your vision for AWU there? And then, or sorry, AWW. And then second, more specifically, I'm just curious, I know we've seen the news from the electrical utilities about copper being stolen. And I know in other cities that is an issue in older homes with pipes and so on. So I just wonder more specifically, is kind of theft of materials something that AWU is dealing with? And again, how does that fit into the vision, the security vision? Thanks.
Thank you. And so through the chair, as far as the security, security is always at the forefront of our operations. We operate some of the most critical facilities in Alaska. We provide water to the municipality of Anchorage, about 300,000 people every day, 24/7. So security is something we're very cognizant of. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail on our security protocols. However, we are very connected in with Water ISAC and the EPA, as well as the Homeland Security, and we've had them out to do analysis on our cybersecurity front. And again, I don't know a lot about that because I don't I don't have access to that information, but we have a lot of network monitoring and things like that where we're constantly looking for that. And then on our operational technology side, which is the operating system for our facilities, those are all air gaps so that they don't have connectivity outside of our network, essentially. And then to your other question on copper thefts, we haven't seen that in our system. Our operations and maintenance facility over on King Street is a very large campus. We do have periodic break-ins there, and those usually stealing tools and things like that out of vehicles or whatnot.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, I'll just say I am excited to see your name coming forward for this role, Mr. Persinger. I've really enjoyed working with you the last few years. I also want to note just like how great it is to see somebody who's been so dedicated to an organization and working for the city. It's pretty fantastic, and I hope it serves as an example to others, perhaps people who are coming into public service to realize that this is a place where you can grow, and there are opportunities for people who are dedicated to sticking it out. So thank you for providing that example.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I think that nobody has any real questions. You've been doing the job for a long time. You're a known quantity. The abruptness of the change, obviously not because of you, because of matters. We're grateful. I am very grateful that you've stepped in and we're able to kind of start delving into great future possibilities, and current stewardship is essential to being successful in future endeavors. So if there's nothing else. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
I just note, I've heard of people changing hats when they switch between roles, but I think this is the first time I've seen somebody literally change sweatshirts to signify which role they're playing. So anyways, thank you, Mr. Spafford, for that.
Thanks for acknowledging that too, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate that.
If there's nothing else, we offer the same to everyone. If you'd like to be sworn in on the dais on Tuesday, if you get to 7 votes, which I anticipate you will, we can do that. Your preference?
Yes, please.
Bring your friends and family. We'll see you there on Tuesday at the first part of the meeting. It'll be early.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. We're now adjourned.